So, do you know where Joe Biden went to college? Do you have any clue where Joe Biden went to college? Apparently, neither does he. Joe Biden, out on the campaign trail, obviously pandering to a bunch of people who are in the minority, and he went on to tell him, "Hey, don't mess with those historically black colleges, because I went to one. Look at this."
I got started out of HBCU, Delaware State. Now, I don't want to hear anything negative about Delaware State here, okay? They're my folks. But all kidding aside, the fact is that HBCUs are in trouble financially.
All right. I don't know. You know, we talked about it a little earlier with Gary Goldman, that Joe Biden is in a deteriorating state or a deteriorating mental condition. And, you know, I partied pretty hard in college, but I do remember that I went to St. John's University. And I don't know how Joe Biden could stand up in front of a bunch of people who are potentially his voters and tell them that he went to Delaware State when he didn't. And Delaware State actually had to come out and put out, you know, a statement and say Joe Biden did not attend Delaware State, but he did give the commencement speech in 2003. So when he gave the commencement speech, they give you like an honorary PhD from the college. So I guess, you know, sitting in his basement for so long, looking at that honorary doctorate from Delaware State University made him think in his, you know, elder years that he actually went there. And it's pretty scary that this country is going to go to the polls in just under 40 days here, and they're going to vote potentially a person who can't remember where he went to college. But Donald Trump is a dangerous person to our country. Now, I don't know if you remember, but back during the presidential campaign in 2015, 2016, way back when, Donald Trump started out at Fordham University, and then he switched over to I believe, MIT. And, you know, there was this big hullabaloo that they wanted to see his records from college, and he had his lawyer make sure to lock down his records. There was this whole thing, why won't he let out his records? Why? At the end of the day, Donald Trump at least knew where he went to college. Did he transfer from one college to another? Yeah. Did he go to a better college? I think so, and I love Fordham. Okay, a bunch of my friends went to Fordham. All the Saraceno brothers went to Fordham, and they're some of the greatest guys on earth. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with Fordham, and there's nothing wrong with Delaware State, I would imagine. But the only thing that does matter, and there is something wrong with, is Joe Biden didn't go to Delaware State, but he's sitting there telling a bunch of minority voters who he's pandering to, hey, now, don't fool around with those HBCUs, historically black college university. Don't fool around with those, because those are my folks. That's where I went. That's where I started out. I started out there at Delaware State. No, Joe, you didn't, okay? Come on, Joe. Come on. Come on, Joe. Come out of the basement. It's okay. You can come out now. Come on. Come on. Come on. You could do it, big boy. No. You can't call a lid right now. No lid today, Joe. No lid. You can't. We can't. But I want a lid. You can't lid today. You got the debate with Trump. I don't want to debate Trump. I'm going to go to my Delaware State reunion. Joe, you didn't go to Delaware State. I did. Look at my diploma on the wall. Guy shot. The guy's absolutely shot. And you're thinking about voting for him? It's a little scary. Now, Kamala Harris, the future president-to-be, should Joe Biden win the election, she, and I want to just bring you up to speed on Kamala Harris, okay? A few things you should know, or, you know, when you're at a cocktail party with some limousine liberals who are telling you why all the reasons they hate Trump and they must vote for Joe Biden. First of all, first and foremost, Kamala Harris is the co-sponsor of the Green New Deal with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So number one, she's not just for the Green New Deal. She's the co-sponsor of the bill in the Senate that aims to eliminate planes, trains, and automobiles, fossil fuels, coal, all that good stuff. So for those of you who are considering changing over to Amish, you may want to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because you will not have electricity or a car or a plane or a train or anything that uses fossil fuel, okay? But now the Democrats, their hair's on fire because, if they do this, if they ram a justice down our throat, when we get control, we're going to pack the court. Constitutionally, the court is set, and it would take a constitutional amendment which would take ratification by 75% of the states to actually change the rules on how many justices there are. But even knowing that, okay, an accomplished attorney like Kamala Harris, when asked if she won, will she engage in a tactic like packing the court? And watch her start tap dancing.
Judge Barrett is confirmed, and the Democrats have control of the Senate next year, and the White House and the House of Representatives. Should the Supreme Court be expanded?
You know what, I think that, first of all, Joe's been very clear that he is going to pay attention to the fact, and I'm with him on this 1,000%, pay attention to the fact that right now, Lawrence, people are voting.
Here's to you, Kamala. Now, I have been laying off the hard stuff for the last couple days because we're doing a lot of setup and planning right here at Angelina's Ristorante. But my dear friend Christina, daughter of the famous Angelina, just delivered me a beautiful cocktail, which I need because I'm under fire from, you know, people who they don't even know what they're talking about. But apparently, for those of you watching at home, I'm a drunk clown. So I might as well have one drink to really set them aflame. Here's to you, and here's to Kamala Harris for dodging that question like Zoolander, you know, or you know, like the game, like the movie Dodgeball. Okay, she's like, I'm with Joe on this one, but I don't know what I'm with them on. They're going to try to pack the court, but let me just tell you, Donald Trump is appointing now his third Supreme Court justice, which gives him 1/3 of the court in one term. Unheard of, okay? And anything, should there be some calamitous event where the Democrats get control here, anything they do to try to change the Constitution will be brought all the way to the highest court in the land. And thankfully, we now have the biggest sledgehammer there is. 6-3, and their hands are really tied, so it makes sense that Kamala would be tap dancing around that. We are going to take a quick one right here. I'm going to slug this down, and we're going to be joined by Stephen Moore, one of the top economists in the country, right after this to break down the debate and all the other things going on with COVID stimulus and Trump's taxes and all that and more right here on Liquid Lunch.